sell hospital-based hotels. Huh? And don't sell horseshoes to what? To a farmer. Eh? So in other words, they're saying you are not in you should know your qualified customer, or your customer who is going to buy from you. It's not everyone who is going to buy from you. So I think that will actually come on what we are covering today, which is prospecting. What's prospecting? What's prospecting? Those who are good at English, what's prospecting? So prospecting comes from the word prospectus. Huh? And I think you guys, know of when you're going to prospect for minerals. Prospecting is just saying we are looking for something, isn't it? Or we are trying to get, like the guys who are in the mining business, when you're prospecting for gold, they're given what is actually called a prospecting license. It means that it's a right for you now to start checking whether the gold is there at this, and your right to actually start the mining. So in this case, we're saying in sales, you need to do what is called prospecting, which must be done on daily basis. How many times do you prospect? So we're saying prospecting, we have got business which is already here, but you want to bring new business. So in other words, who knows the difference between an inbound and an outbound lead? Wakaita marketing wewe ndio unofange mchiziwa wewe. What's an inbound lead and outbound lead? You did marketing, huh? Eh? Ndaramba. So in other words, they're saying in inbound, it's someone who calls in looking for the product which you're selling. Like someone just calls us. Maybe they've seen our numbers whilst the truck was moving, or they've seen our numbers. Are we on Facebook? Do we post, do we sponsor ads on Facebook? No. Why? Huh? How many times do you post? It's not even active. Okay, I'll give you a recommendation anyway. Okay, because you started marketing. When you're marketing, what's the difference between marketing and sales? We said it last time.
The way you described it, marketing,
Atanga kwa attractor one.
Yes, atanga kwa attractor, but then sales unotonya tsobinda kutia
your brand name, then the brand name is now attracting people. Like the way we get into Pick and Pay, we just see this is Pick and Pay. Already you're getting in, you know that you're going to see your grocery, your butchery, your fruit and veg, etc. But we're saying an inbound now is someone is going to call us span up. Already. There's what is called an outbound. An outbound is you trying to call someone and convince them to buy. So that's the difference. So when we are saying an inbound, we are relying on the name SOTAM. We are relying on the history which has been created way back, or the clientele which was already created. But we are saying an outbound now, structured in advance, or looking for customers, making an initiative. And it. So fine. How many times are we looking for clients from scratch? Every day. How many clients do you look for in a day? So the idea of trying to look for clients to do business with us, that is what is called prospecting. Anditi? Saka tiri kutsvaga vangani pezuva. Naso tsvaga vangani? Mai? So I wanna copy. Okay? Wellington. That's where you were. Okay, sako wana 10. Wangochita sengotenderako. Okay. Chingosvika pamba pavanhu tokotenderera. Utongonota pari kuwako wangosvika ndozvangwachita. Okay. Who else? Nas. Nas wamboita prospecting. Go umwe. Amboita prospecting. Nas hapana mwa And what was the response? Okay. The moment someone just says, send me a catalog or send me an email, that's a dead end. It simply means that what you are saying is annoying and they are disturbing me, but munhu azokuzoti uri kubohwa anobva ngokuzoti kanda profile yenyu necatanog paemail ndozokutsvagai atombopindwa here 11%. Angoti noted. Unozombonzwa nezvake here futi mune. How many did you look for? 5. And what was the response of them, all of them?
The other one is coming.
Okay. And the other one? Okay. So when we are saying looking for business, I think I said sales is a numbers game initially. The numbers which you're calling would depend on the amount which you're going to make. Like what I said, to say you want to reach $200,000. There's no way you're going to start. How big is your pipeline right now? When I'm saying pipeline is the amount of customers which you have who have got potential to give you business. How many customers are you talking to, or how many customers are in your pipeline? Tanzisa language andotaura. Kuti pamacustomer tikanzi une macustomer mangani, edition ye5 wataura wewe. Pipeline yako ine vanhu vangani izvozvi? No, handiti when you are mining. Tosvika pasi pemugodhi handiti. Handimaona vakamboona panoitwa mining. Panotorwa mazimavhu. Matrucks otanga kumuvha mavhu aya oenda munonzi matanki. Mavhu aya oselectwa. End of the day munozobuda pamugodhi rakangodai so chete ndora vanenge vachitsvaga matrucks ese kuisa cyanide kuisa chete. So we are saying also in sales tinoenda tonotsvaga 100 customers. And it's Angoshta Wellington. It doesn't mean that everyone is going to buy. End of the day, we are just selecting gold. So we are saying if you are looking for 200,000, sometimes the pipeline you're going to find quotations cannot potential business. You need 1 million for you to get the only 200,000. That's if closing ratio you can get 20%. By closing ratio, ma gold rinozobuda mune 1 million awaisaya marara because amwese ucharasa kuti anorasika ega. Saka tiri kuti isusu pamaclients auinawo marara aya nemavhu zvese izvozvizvi une vangani? You don't even know. Okay, what's your plan like? Uchimuka so. Unongomuka here ungoti zvongomukira ungoti nhasi ndinongofunga pinda paArlington. Unoita sei? Unoita sei? Munoitirwa plan namanager here or unoita plan yako wega? Unoita plan yako wega. Saka plan yako yeSunday yakamira sei? Koye Monday. Obwaita marounds ako. Handiti. Nakupa imwe statistics. Kana uchiprospecta. Okay, ngatimbopedze nezvepipeline. Tozoenda kustatistics how to prospect. Pipeline, like what I said, sales is a game of numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you're dead, you're out in sales. So if it's a game of numbers, you need to know your numbers. Because nasi contact my clients 50. Of the 50, I'm expecting 5 to buy. So for me to get 5 customers who are going to buy from me, I have to contact at least 50 customers. You see? If you are very smart, maybe you need 20. So we're saying my customers, end of the day, we have some database. How do you collect information yawana kuichengeta? Because my customer chachara ndokuzokuya next month. Unochengeta se information hiyo. Ndenyora pasi. Okay. Zviripo zvada kukudzai Mr. Wanchabva ndakukudzai muchazodza futi mudare. Odoing in CRM. CRM zvinoreva kuti customer relationship management software. So you can keep all the information yese wataura customer in a CRM to the extent that you can also see kuti my number of calls awaita. So what we are saying is, if you go for a meeting in Wellington, you are going to log in kundasangana na Mr. John. This is what he promised. He said check with me after 2 months. It means you are not keeping that information safe. When the 2 months, when you are going to get to those 2 months, it will indicate that you are supposed to what? To call this customer. So that's a CRM, which is very, very vital, especially when you're going out to get a lot of business, bringing them into a database. Well, sometimes if you're going to put that, the chances of you forgetting are very high. So when you maintain a database now, I'll give an example of one of my sales person. I know for a fact that she's got about 550 customers she's chasing right now. So it simply means when you've got 550 customers, your chances of annoying customers are also less. Because when you've got one person, probably you're going to continuously calling them and you'll be now annoying because you only have one person you are continuously bothering, or you've got 10 people only. The chances of you calling, because I think on average someone can call 10 people per hour. So if you're going to call 20 and your database is 20, it means you're going to call those same people every day. You don't have a what? A big pipeline. So kana chiti pipeline right now, tange ku build a pipeline. Motoziva kuti ma customers angu ndine 50. Pa 50 ava ndo expecta kuti vamwe vacho vatenge this week. Vamwe vachazotenga next week. Vamwe vacho vanogona kuregera kutenga, because there's no way you're going to close all of them. Tawirirani. So takuenda pama ways eku prospect. I've noticed that uye anonzanizve anza kusekerera ndeakusekerera nyaradzo. Anza kusekerera stereki. Sanyaradzo, okay. Okay, nyaradzo anditi. Okay, there are ways of prospecting akasiyana. Number 1 is through yauri kuita yo personal visit. Number 2, kune inonzi social prospecting, which means kana uchitamba pa social media unogona kuwana business. Ukaisa flyer resotamba apako unogona kuwana business. Toti email. Tine phone. To phone ajayo. Tine ma messages. Anditi. Pananga mawezi refuta amuru kushandisa right now. Kana amuru kufungwa dano shandisika. But I think those ones are the main ones. Anditi. So I want to give you disadvantage of each and every. Disadvantages and advantages. Personal visit is the most effective, but is the most time consuming and costly. So it means iwo ukagara panapa tikatanga kurowa macourse. You know, uruta personal visit handiti inoda foot isiri cold call. Inini I always say the best way to make a cold call is to stop making a cold call. Kana tichiti cold call kungosvikira munhu asiri ready for you, and probably when someone is not ready for you they usually give you a cold response. Imagine ndosaka team ya mchizoimaka amenoti vano kana pana anoendowa ke kuchechi koko but inonzi team yawo ikiye inongomukira vadheni vako yotokunukira but shamwari autondigarisa pasi pandine zvangandichiita andoona ndosaka wakangomako haisi nyaya yekuti vanobhohwa, haisi nyaya yekuti vanhu vanonga sikadonzwa shoko, but inyaya yekuti unongouya inditori munda like waibvaya kana tiri kumusha uko vanoti makadi zvenyu iwe uri pakati pekudi pekusakura hazvibude, but ukandipo appointment Sunday kuma 3:3 chapfuura nechi nemabhuku edu anonzi nharire yemurindi todi toite chi toita work yedu tozoti zviri right because wapa appointment probably using a what, a phone or a text message. So visiting is not bad, but just knocking my doors evanhu nokumaonzi ausimbavha here kwabva uko aunomborava sika muchana wambosangana neivi sinari okay imbotudzai wakasangana naye
So she called the mother, so I tried to explain to you quotation and everything.
hausimbavha hausizoona zvauri kutsvaga. So the issue now ka personal visit, and all this means you can also use them on one customer. So I prefer a situation whereby we say prospector who is supposed to buy from us first, and who is our potential buyer. Ngatimbotange ipapo ndiani pane zvinhu zviri panapa. Contractors ngatode tichinyore ndo zviri important zvacho ngati list contractors. Number 2 construction companies. Number 3 hardwares. Number 4 welders. Number 5 quantity surveyors. Number 6 house owners. Aindounzi ma B2C. Wakaita marketing, what's the difference between B2C and B2B?
B2C, it's a business to customer. And it's
B2B, it's business to business. And the way I want to approach nayo an individual, not the way I want to approach nayo business, yakasiyana. So trukuti andoona kuti udatsvaga ma construction companies. How can you list all the construction companies in Zimbabwe or in Harare? Andiri kuona takuita metsi dzakangwara manje hatingomukiri tiri kunzvimbo totanga kutotenderera, because why? You can put so much energy ende kunoita unotonoita zveshuwa, but sometimes my results waburitsa haana quality. Why? Because urungopinda hauna strategy. So tiri kuti for example ukafonera kuti tine ma construction companies arimo muZimbabwe toalista ese pasi, anditi we can easily get these because we are now using internet. We can also easily get these with communicating with my veterans akaita seawa, because he knows some of the construction companies he dealt with previously. So when you list those now, you are now looking at the influential people in those organizations. For example, we are looking maybe for Pico Construction. Mambo Dilana. Pico Construction, I know for a fact kuti the CEO owns Rhinos Maut. If you are going to go there and kuna Rhinos, we are now getting the number yake. And we are now moving towards kana wakusvika kuna Rhinos anenge akakumirira achiziva kuti pane musikana ari kuya panapa na 10 and has got full attention yekukupa. Why? Because haunongonyuka. But izvo kangotarisa address yePico ndo ndakutoendako the chances of you kuti usvika uchita vanhu vekupikoisa unodada is very high. Because why? Wangonoita bump in. So tiri kuti munhu esales akangwara anoisa macall list yake. Zvokudhara ndokwaitwa kungopinda. Because why? Kwakusina phone, kwakusina Facebook, kwakusina Google. So kudhara the only way yawaitwa even kana hama handiti waitonyora tsamba kuti ndichauya ikoko. Tsamba yopedza 1 month ichienda, yopedza imwe month ichidzoka. Iwe nongochitira holiday iri after 3 months. Or waitongosvika watongonyuka, watongonzi mauya. But my chances ekunzi muri kudzoka rini anenge ari very high because vanhu havasi prepared. But akuti these days it's now a bit easy because why? We've got technology. So we should avoid, we should do cold calls, but not in a cold way. For example, if we say, right now, how many construction companies do we know by head? In national name, we know GSM Construction, I know Mr. Munetsa. Today, I don't know, do you know it? GSM Construction, they do a lot of construction. I met them today. I know Pico. Which other? And I know a lot of constructions. Sometimes some of them I know I'm forgetting, but which I've got contacts. Huh? So, huh? Huh? Zeta. We're now coming with names, and we now want to get the influential people. That's how also social media comes into play. Because sometimes you can easily go up on LinkedIn. How many are on LinkedIn? Huh? Okay, how many are using it? Because being on LinkedIn and using LinkedIn, they're two different things. How are you using it? How many times per day? Once a week? Okay. I'm going to check our inbox. How many times a week? So, anyway, we're now saying you go on LinkedIn. If you're going to type Pico Construction, all the people who are employed by Pico will come out. Then you can now pick who is the decision maker. Then you connect with that person. When you connect with that person, you are now sliding into the DM. Say, I wanted to have an appointment with you. Or I'm bigger. Don't futi shake, and shake wrong, and shake. Don't go worry futi go people. So I'm there shaking, they are doing very, very well. Say, I hope what I'm going to do so time to think it's a simple. I want it tune. And it. So in sales, customer only listen to what one radio station. You know the WIIFM. What's in it for me? So if you are going to show them what you want to sell them, most of the people they will reject you. So the best way is to find a way you can end up doing the moon without showing them that you want to sell. And it. So sometimes you go to a big there and the muruku push there and the magapink and it. Otombonyarara. I just wanted to see you and also to show you something which I think your company and my company can actually benefit. And it's going to serve as an advantage. Why? Because cold calling private school. And it pana nemvunzire so far. Toenda mahardware to list, and there are plenty of them. Pesa pasasa pakazara mechi mahardware mbaro, and it everywhere mahardwares aripo to list mahardware ese. Then we start going for those, of which pamahardware apa ndakupanda kupa futi amwe types ekuprospect. Kune anonzi ma-sold clients, kune anonzi ma-unsold clients. When we are saying a sold client is someone we once did business with them, but probably for a funny reason they are now quiet. They are no longer buying from us. It was a hardware which used to buy almost every week, but for now, they just went quiet. And Isusu also, we also went quiet, not asking for the what? For the orders. So Trukuti, in other words, Nyaradzo usati watenderera kuita code. First, deal with the people who already knows you, the people who once bought from you. Anditi asati abuda kunze kwesoko. Ngatenge tambotsvaga kuti mukati munomu hatina zvatinazvo here zvatiri kusiya, contact yacho titori nayo. Vakatombotitengera, but right now vangonyarara. Tovafonera sei makambotenga ka last year, ko zvakazodii? Handiti number 1. Oro tine vakuti takambovafonera, but for a funny reason hatina kubvira tamboita business now. But musystem medu maquotation edu tikanomavhura muQuickBooks kana kuodoo atorimo ekuti takambovakota vanhu ava, but havana kutenga. But right now it doesn't mean kuti havasi ready kutitengera. Ndovatiri kuti ma-unsold clients. Handiti tapedza tine ratinoti power base. Handiti by power base tikutaura kuti chii? Vanhu vekuti vari mumacycles edu, ma-friends, relatives, churchmates. Handi pamunoenda kuchurch pepe, mapedza kuimba manamata, obvunzana kuti unoshanda kupi? Unogona kutoona kuti munhu unogara uchienda naye kuchurch anoshandira construction company, but haunombobvira wamubvunza. Pamwe anotoshanda hardware or anotoona ehardware, but haubvira wakadi wakamubvunza. So uri kushandisa influence yauinayo ine munhu wese ane power base. Patoti munhu wese ane power base, munhu wese akamboenda kuchikoro. Vamwe vanoenda kuchechi, vamwe vanoenda kubar. Munhu wese akamborambwa ane ma-ex, ipower base iro. Newawakaramba ipower base, because vamwe vacho vanogona kudi kutenga. So tiri kuti zvese zvezvo unotanga wazvigadzira pasi, apo uri kutsvaga ma-contacts anogona kuwanika zviri easy before tatanga kuenda ku-cold call. So ifind kuti sotam sei yakatanga kudhara. Handiti last year chaicheyo Mr. Weka hatina ma-clients here kutoti last year sometimes they just stopped for a funny reason, or isusu we just forgot about them, we are overwhelmed with our, because many people are coming here. Sometimes we don't even notice kuti this customer has dropped.
It is a fact.
So you're going back into the database now, looking for those customers, and they are easy to convince because already they know your product, already they know your service. And the power base, someone around power base is also easy to convince. Why? Because they already know about you, they trust you. Maybe they haven't dealt with your company, but they trust you. They know that if I've got anything, any problem, I know where she stays. When I've got any problem, I know even her mother, I know her father. That's the advantage of using what? The people we know. So we are saying before we try the hard way, let us first exhaust the what? The software. And the other thing which you want to do is, how many numbers do we have to add on our data? We are salespeople. I believe that if you are not adding more than 10 people per day or 10 companies a day on your database will shrink, or it will be punished by the economy. Because why? Our economy, or the cake, is getting shrinker and shrinker every day. So it's shrinking every day. That cake is getting what? Smaller and smaller and smaller. Why? How is it getting smaller? Some people, their buying power is getting reduced. Some people, we've got competitors coming in. Some of them strong, some of them very small, but we are competing. So if you are not going to behave numbers in your database, there's no way you're going to compete in this kind of environment. So you need numbers. So if you say you're adding 10 people every day, by the end of the week, you'll be having how many? 50. By end of the month, you'll be having how many? 200. By the end of a year, probably these people are buying. And the good thing about your most of your purchasers, it's because they come and buy not only once. Most of the guys who are coming here, they come regularly. So it means if you're going to win one customer, that customer will be maintained in your what? In your database. It's unlike maybe when you're selling something for once off. Because when you're selling to B2C now, sometimes I only have one house. Yamshango supplier my doors already. Ravarana. Ndozozoona futhi pamwe after 10 years ndafunga kuti watenga imwe imba. But when you're dealing with a hardware, they'll come probably weekly or monthly restocking. So if you've got 1,000 clients, let's say you're targeting that 50 clients getting new business, I need 10 each and every day. If you're going to be working, let's say 365 days, it's a year, to remove from my weekends, 2 times 52. And in this one, let's say average, you've got 200 days, working days in a year. Of those 200 working days times 10, you've got 2,000 customers. Let's say of those 2,000 customers, you are very bad at closing a 10% ratio. You now have 200 clients. Let's say of those 200 clients, you now have 100 who are continuously buying each and every month. You hit your target. It's so easy. But if you don't add, and remember, if you've got a B2C, like you've got a B2C, ndauya ndijera uya atinga simbi dzake uvarwa pasi. Akarwa pasi, it means that customer yatoenda haachadzoki because ine handisikuya regular. And it means of those 2,000 wasarwa ne 1,999 because this one is never going to come back anytime sooner. Anditi imwe category yada kuisa futi pana anonzi referrals. The problem is the market thinks that referrals, you are only referred deliberately, or you wait for your customer to refer someone to you, which is a big mistake. If you are very hungry, remember that titira kuraya mweya wetsoka uya kana titira kubvisa mweya wetsoka zveshuwa tiri hungry. After servicing each and every customer, you must be asking for referrals iwewe. How many does that? Say manakirwa ne service yedu, isn't it everything? Like right now I want you to do it. Customer wakaita naye last week. How is that? Arikutengwa here madoors, be it a hardware, be it even a B2C, a customer. Zvinhu zvakaita here, zviri kufamba here, zvakadi. And the biggest mistake also is people think that you only ask for a referral. And it's after wapedza munhu aita basa racho, or after I enjoy your product. You can even ask kune munhu asina kutombotenga kuti aiwa imi makazotenyu price ndo yakakuremerai but hamunowa vanhu 5 here, hamunogona kundiri fair. What are you doing? You are feeding your pipeline to feed to those what 2,000 target which you want to meet, and you are trying to get. It's easier kuti uti ndarifewa na Mr. Duff. At least munhu wakufonera wambonoti kana wakafonera munhu for the first time iri referral. The moment you unomufonera kuti hello say or hello Mr. Duff, you be first time vanenge vashika vakatotaka kuti who are you? But the moment you say I was referred by Jera, unovhoita calm down. Because why wauzoti Jeri ndomuziva. Saka most probably Jera handirefer kune munhu akadhako. Apa turikuedza kudii? Turikukila away yekuti unonge wafamba muroad manje ka wakuti wange huku yakadamburwa musoro uchitenderera uri muArlington miyamia uchingonoka. Ndozvaturikuedza kuuraya. We are trying to say kuti ita paunosvika, and the moment yauri kuenda uri cold uchingonoka every door, your confidence yeye dzinodzika. Naturally kana ina ndiri vendor kutengesa ka uchingotengesa kuti dai mamatenga, confidence dzese dzinodzika. Because why ka kuataka munhu one ka unonga wakunyara pamwe pacho unonga uchitya futi vakandituka. But zviri easy kana munhu auya ega kuti ada kutenga, or kana ari munhu andarifewa naye, or ari munhu andakamboita business naye, like ana Prophet Fred wewe enge mbori customer yangu airtime achuru asingatomboite zvese zvakakaona kudai. Handiti saka ndaitozoti kana mfesu yakuuya zviri easy because ndoziva kuti anotenga futi. because ndinenge chimuziva. But the moment wasingazive munhu, confidence yako iora. Ino ndikada kutoti zvingatite cold call, nongokupa nhamba yekutifonera, confidence inoderera. But kana wanzi ndakupa nhamba iyo ndati taura kuti hanzi naJerry, confidence yako dzinowedzera. Then pane statistics dziripo dzekusales dzinonzi, pane chinonzi familiarity. Kusales tine chatinoti familiarity. Kana tichiti familiarity tiri kutaura kuti chii? Why vanhu vachienda unotenga Nike? Are they buying the shoe or they are buying the label? Or they are buying because they know kuti Nike haiproduce chinhu chakadako? Quality handiti. So tiri kuti ndo reason yangaitaura kuti Mr. Duff na Mr. Nchazovaconvince hangu kuti even kuadvertise pasocial media it's important. It's not, when you're advertising on social media, you are not advertising to get business directly. You're advertising to create yatinoti familiarity. Familiarity tiri kuti chii? Ukaona chinhu paapapo chaukamboona uri easily kuremember kuti uyu munhu ndakambomuona somewhere, or chinhu ichi ndakambochiona somewhere, saka ndogona uchidi kuchitora, unoita confidence nacho. But chinhu chausingazive iwewe, izvi zvitoti Takada store ne okay, maunotenga ndemu. Why? Saka at the same time pauri kunonoka kuArlington kwako kuya ukati ndabva kuSotam, machances ako ekuti Sotam inozikana neArlington mangani? Ari low. Because why? Sotam hatiyanyaita noise compared maybe nana Stew Center. Handiti Stew Center munhu akasvika akati ndabva kuStew Center anonzi because pane yatiri kuti familiarity ndokuziva kudhara. Because Stew Center inomboita noise maradio, social media iripo iri chichi, saka kuti ndiremembe kuti wabva kuStew Center ndinokupa welcome iri nani. Zvafanira munhu akauya panapa akati ndabva kuEconet, handinomunzwa kwakati ndabva kuChimbwido Stew, ndatanga kuti mbavha dziya dzadi dzatanga kupfuura nepanapa. Saka social media in a way vakaita marketing vaya. When I'm putting something on social media, I'm not doing it for me to get direct business. Getting direct business, it's a bonus. But I'm doing it for my customers. Vanichazoshanda nawo kuti pakanzi Sotam Stew, vese vanenge vachiziva. So if they don't have that familiarity, sometimes the concept says you are going to have 1 to 3 touches dealing with a sold customer who is in a buying window. But look at the buying window, it's, are you ready to buy? It's like I'm not supply stew, but I'm supply my door. But I'm not my doors. Munari easy kutengesera and achikuziwa ambori customer yako. You need 1 to 3 touches. What it means is, say quotation datumira and I own a quotation. Mariago yautore mswakati because it's a done deal. But it's going to take you 1 to 10 touches on a customer. Yekuti, they don't know you, but they are in a buying window, but they are familiar with your brand. They don't know you personally as Nyaradzo, but they know that you are coming from Sotam. And also they are in a what? In a buying window, but they've never dealt with Sotam. But at least they know that Sotam is there. So that's the familiarity concept whereby we're saying customers there. People do business with people they know. I see a price, I see a chi. Right now my banana can be $1. I'm matching $1. $2. Matching $1 nditi. Akatengeswa nemunhu usingazive yo. Even I 50 cents. Sometimes you opt kunotenga une munhu anoziva achiita $1. Why? Because you know kuti haafaka kutengesera chinhu chakadhako. That's the reason you're not, when you're walking into your mother's house, even wakabika chii, unongosvika uchidya unombobvunze. But the moment unotanga kupinda mumba mausingazive, you're very skeptical with what you're going to eat because you don't know them. So when you're advertising on social media, you are helping to build the familiarity or the popularity of the brand. Then when you are now doing the cold calls, it's easy for people to say, oh, so time ndakamboenzwa paredio. Saka chitaura hako anditi. So it's called the familiarity concept. We talked about referrals. Saka right now, who can recap for us nzira dzarataura dzekuti kwasa kuwana nadzo ma clients? A social prospecting is your WhatsApp, is your Facebook, is your LinkedIn. That's social prospecting as well. Personal visits. Those are the types of the ways of prospecting. I was looking for the groups which we can target when you want to prospect. Zatogonondo targeta nasi chaicha utangana antikana Monday chaicha unonga utanga utotsvaga ma clients yo unonga unatsvaga. Or do it online kanoze. You guys muna access or do it? Can access? Huh? Everyone. Okay. And did it on my phone foot? Eh? Okay. What I wanted to ask is, ukaenda ma quotations ekudhara akatoitwa 3 months ago, most probably vamwani yavo vanozomboyozotenga futi. Ma customer ako ndo ma groups andiri kutsvaga. Ndianoda kurikepa ma groups kuitira vangu vambobuda buda. Kuti mbara rotanga. The rule prospecting or the rule kuti zadze pipeline yedu. I think my brother here, we talked last week when you want my price then we now remained with one customer blind. That's what we're saying. In my rule is if you lose one customer, you must replace by 5. You get it? There's no one muna notenga. Right now I started on Mupedza Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is too big. Do you know that I was in Rishawani? There's a company in a head office here kumberengwa. You know where Mberengwa is? Just about 50 kilometers from Rishawani. Those people, that time RTGS ran social static. They would say we don't use RTGS. We only use Rand and US. And the amount of steel they would buy in that area is too much. Do we have any customers in Rishawani? Do we have? Eh? Yes, coach. I know what is that. But even our customer pizza. Even when you are saying good to Blawa yakakura. And I see Blawa yakatine Blawa tine Gwanda tinana mkati momo. Do you know that there are other areas, especially my mining towns, people are more liquid. And if you notice, Matabeleland is surrounded by mining towns. So all that now we're saying, let us broaden the way we think. And we don't have to mourn over one lost customer or over 5. If we lose 5, let us replace with 50. But we can only do it. That's if we're willing to prospect. And let me also add, prospecting is never going to be simple. Let me tell you. Like right now, I don't know how many wants to go to heaven. How many wants to die? Okay, how many wants money? Cash. How many wants to sweat and not to sleep in order for them to get money? Quite a one. What a two. Hakuna chinonzi soft life. Andimona. Pese panengorine soft. Pane something which you have to pay. And sometimes I also want to runya so badara chi, but rufunga oti soft but ruto badara. Whether in kind, whether they marry, but ruku badara. Ati soft life. So turukuti hakuna munhu akambomuka akaita mari. Right now you see Elon Musk, the richest people in the world. The way they work very hard. I think I was reading a story aiti patakatanga na brother wangu tikarara but hanisa tine one computer. So that umwe akarara pafloor umwe okoda because vaita coding. Umwe akarara pafloor umwe okoda. That's how they built their first website. Yekuti vatange kutengesa. So what I'm just saying is whoever is successful, be it in sport, because people they think kuti ana Messi vari soft life. People they think ana Ronaldo vari soft life. People they think cricket vari soft life. My actors, I think Steve Harvey is always saying kuti ndakatotanga kubuda pa TV ndane 40 years. Airambwa ne TV kubva pa 16 years kusvika pa 40. Ndopa akazobvumidzwa nzi I think achinzwi voice rako harite unobohwa haugoni majokes but ndopa akazodi pinda because why he was working hard. Saka zvinhu zvatiza kutaura izvo hazviitike if you are not ready to suffer. Because you are now saying you are committing yourself to be rejected. And when a human being doesn't want to be rejected, that's why most of the people, they hate sales. And someone doesn't want to be rejected. So the more you are going to get rejected, the more you are going to be used to rejection. But I'm not saying it's going to be simple. Someone actually, there's a guy called Darren Hardy. He has compared prospecting is the same as eating a frog. When you're eating a frog, it's not delicious, but it has to be eaten. So prospecting is just like eating a frog. No one wants to do it. That's why muchiona vanhu vese vanotsvaga right now pakaya seo iri easy muoffice munomu vanhu vanotanga kuirwira ndi client yangu why because yavo yairi soft. So the way we're trying, I'm trying kukuudzai kuti the journey yamuda kufamba, if you are really serious, it's not going to be easy. It will be painful when you are starting. How many wamenda gym? Kana wambedzawo mhanya wambichana. Okay. Musontanga wamhanya chinoitika kawiki kakako. Unonga watomwa maparasite kuti ndarwara inini handiti. But paunoramba uchimhanya chinoitika. Body adjust. So that's the same with sales. Ndosaka muZimbabwe muno mune vanhu vakawanda vanozviti tiri kusales. But vashoma vanogona sales. Handiti. The reason being it's because it's not easy. It needs sacrifice. It needs people who are willing to push. People who are willing to say. And when you are selling also, and when you are doing my basics paper, it's not your 8 to 5 job. Sales is 8 to 5. And I think even on it accounts, food accounting is 8 to 5 job. Ugonora accounting anomuda na 5 ka. Hapana accounts ru balance pa. Ugona ma accounting zanji bati imi munobuda ka. Obva watoterawo ka. Ma accounts ya asikubuda. Ndingotaurawo wangu. Kungotaura ndichipfuura. Ungangona ma accountants anoti imi chitobuda apa moterana. Hawana kana overtime akunyeba. Azviite. Indakashanda ma-accounts 11 years. Hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro. Because zvafanana futi nekusales. Ukaona sales person anongoti dzichibuda dzichingorova atopa road avo akunyeba. Hakuna target inobatwa. Oro target iri kubatwa because company yega iri kuzvitengesera. Saka hausi sales person wangofanana nemunhu anonzi customer service assistant. Which means tikaisa gudo rinogona kutaura maprice. So time inongorowa. Handiti. Saka isusu tinotsvaga munhu wekuti sota musinyaradzo paanenge ane resignation una Mr. Duff wanotaura kuti reno rekanimbotaura nyaradzo ngataure pafair chaipo. Ukaenda neresignation una Mr. Duff kune two zvinhu zvichaitika. It's either vachasmile kuti hey, one problem down. Handiti or number 2 vanogarisa kuti wokutengera mabanana woisa to tea woti Mr. Duff wototaura kuti nyaradzo hapana zvatokwanisa kuita here kuti ugare uri panapa. Why? Because vanenge vaziva kuti nyaradzo kuti akaenda ane rimwe business ranga achiunza ari ega. But kana ufunga kuti wangori customer service assistant anomirira ari apa seteam inenge iri pamberi pafront office anenge akagara echita yes muri sei netonyora aiwa kuna munhu sales. I am not my sales people, my customer service assistant. Hangofana neukeko neti vaive vanonzi vanongofonerwa vanzi unzai era into calculate vakafanana because havana effort yavari kunoisa vega yekuti aiwaka pa10 vambori munomu ndoita sei kuti inini ndikuye 15 like apa panoivanonga neaverage pedei.
I'm sure
50 50 45 vanenge vaunzwa nani
20 minutes
vamwoneya vega vanoya vega vakawanda sei 45 out of 50 5 ndovanounzwa saka zvinoreva kuti tikaisa gudo apa rinotaura maprice richigona kudirecta vanhu so tami inongofara tikaisa handimonzwa kuti makambani akawanda kutotsvaga marobots because munhu anonetsaka saka mugara maisa robot rinongotaura kuti rinongosvika munhu otaura kuti ada oisa order yake rotaura rotorisenda ukoko zoreflecta muodu which means sotami inogona kudi kurana. Isusu sales dzatiri kudzidzisana hasi dzekugara sales dzatiri kudzidzisana ndedzekuti iwewe wega une vako uri kurova apa tsvagawo vako iwo unoti ini ndiri kufara because nhasi ndine 4 vangu vauya kuzotenga vandatsvaga ndega then they come to short to sort up. That's the sales yandiri kutaura nezvayo. I think that's what you are doing, huh? You also have a front office and do maganmine na uya ndiri even ava vacho newe futi you go out you refund us your 45 year saka imagine, and I'm not saying these guys also and the team you know now commission futi and rataura last week yek ops how many now mombunzo so far this week Admin makaunza wangani. Do you know what? If you do that, if you want to make money, your money is in commission. There is no way. And if you want to be an asset, start doing something chakuti. Especially someone who brings new business in any company becomes an asset. Asa ndambonzo wangu munakaita asset nekubalansa ma accounts. Asi munhu anozofunga fedha kuti no apa tinogona kunowana business pakati or anoanalyze accountant ndimona accountant warowa vachirova maaccounts avotaura kuti but customer iyi kai yaimbotenga pesa apa yakauya yakanaka 5 handiti odo inogona kutokushuwa customer history yozongosvika pekuti customer yakangoti z she's now advising now kuti anyaradzo munhu uyu because ane time asingauye. She becomes an asset to the organization because she's interpreting the accounts and it's useful for us to add what? More revenue. Anditi chindi recite ma categories aya nanchitaura aya atati ndatu runotanga inga manyora wani
There's a one which I believe everyone is connected. Social level. The one that you mentioned is
power base.
Power base.
Yeah.
It is what the big time to open up more streams.
Exactly.
Increasing the criteria of this.
Yes.
Which I believe by the day end or month end, it also is likely to increase the probability of closing ratios. The more you happen to have a bigger pool, the more you're likely to have a bigger percentage in terms of maybe the execution of how you close your deals, maybe it also matters eventually.
Number one. Number two, referrals. How do we get referrals?
You actually say to give even ask for customers.
And how do you say, okay, I also want to give you how you ask for a referral. How you phrase when you're asking for a referral. You don't say, may I kindly have referrals? You say, do you have someone who you think might be helped by our product which you are supplying. So it becomes like you are trying to help. Remember, we're in the business of helping, and people only buy from people who are. When you're saying I want referrals, it becomes like you're also selling and demanding another thing. But if you say in your pool, say the people you're dealing with right now, do you have anyone who you think these products they can be of interest to them? Then when you reso mazita, was one watch even got my referrals, watch no delay, they will send us okutumira. Try to get them in the numbers. Then unsold what? Unsold clients. Do hapa. Waudzia nayo yangu asirima. Account ndanga asirimu. Yangu atengira mabanana. But avanobvira umbotenga. Obva ongorwa pasi. But numbers out nadzo. Or maybe muno aidira nawo time yangu asingamufarire. But iwe pamuno rimi runotapira. Vanogona kufarira iwewe. And it's next. Sold clients. Do appear. They did business with them, but they just went quiet. So I think you noticed that some of my.
I'm sure all this suggests to people do software.
Exactly.
So I'm sure if we work and we engage, commit ourselves into the tool on its own.
The CRM.
The CRM, I'm sure it will open up this.
I'll definitely, my guys will come and show you how the system operates. I'm sure you like it because it helps. Yeah, not to forget now. And even if you're going to, because in Odoo, I can easily see the number of calls which someone has made in a year, at any given time, in a month, in a day. Like today, if I go back to the office, I can easily see Zambia. That's why I phone around 15. Like today, I actually say to them, no one is leaving the office without doing 30 connected calls because I know the system will give me the information. So when the system gives me the information, I'm no longer guessing sales. Because on our sales, I know when we go via to that and attend Ramalington, Yanga Chora, given from Sura. Saga not in Ramalington macho, walk on a 5-1. Chisagam CRM. Contact number, the name of the person, preferably even the address and what you say to that person and the call to action. You get it? So next, there's another pool of people. Your suppliers, the people you do business with. For example, you say if you are making millions, how can you put this thing into billions? And any questions? So I think this one is easy. We're executing, I think, starting on even now. Anything? If you want to ask, you can ask. You can contribute. Tell me your name, Jeras. So, what's the homework now for today? For today, it's not a book. For today, I want, starting on Monday, I want to see at least 10 pamuchafonera mega of 10 wenyu mega wamunongofonera kuti panda and then you'll be busy pakuseva 50 vaive ndazongofonera vangu 10 apa handiti. So can you say 10 10 10 10 ava ndozoti vagara vanozviita 5 5 5 5 5 5 mutiro 10 yo ndiri kuitira nandati vesales voita vari sales direct kavoita 10. Okay, saka imimi 10 saka munhu esadera 10 saka munhu wese saka 10 20 30 40 50 60 70 80 90 100 saka tina 100 saka tina 120 no zvandaudzisa futi kusales ka ukanzi 10 kana iwo ruda zvemari chaizvo zvaka soft life ka soft life karove wamboshanda ukatoona ungokatenga kasoft life sinoshanda kanopera faster because akasikako handiti. So what you want is I want you to kana wanzi 10 it's not a problem. Inini kana kuti unoita une good attitude here ndikakupa 30 kana une good attitude unoita 40 asi kana uri kufuta because wafoswa unoita 30 or 31. You get the trick? Munhu ari motivated anowedzera because ari kufarira zvaari kuita. Saka paipe ndakatokutestai pandakakupai bhuku rerainmaker ndaexpecta kuti pana achati ndapedza hapana rimwe ratofanorowa but pana vasina kutopedza iroro ridiki racho irori vakawanda muno munhu vanotopedza. Handiri kuzoona. Saka kana une attitude yakadaroka haufe wakaita soft life inongoramba iri others. Kuchinayo kukapisa unopiswa ukatonowa unobvurwa nechando. But kana uda soft life you have to work hard for it, then you can now live the soft life. Wakudetermina temperature unoda mumota mako handiti zvese izvo zvinoita mumba mako nengotone aircon chirowa aircon nhasi zvikuru kupisa izvikuru kutonhora temperature yemumba mako inogara 25. Isoft life but inenge waishandira ngatishandire right now. Saka inini panda kuona munhu ane good attitude wese ukamupa chinhu 1 anowedzera 2 handiti. Anything else?
Maybe I could have missed something. I came late, sorry. On the issue of that rainmaker, why the book rainmaker?
Of all the books,
I mentioned the rainmaker.
that book,
This issue of the makeup of skillers that existed, is that the issue? Or is it something else that we
no, that book, it opened my eyes. I think that's the first Saul's book which I read personally, and it changed. After that, I think I've read over 50 Saul's books. But that book is simple, straight to the point. It's basic. It's someone who wants to get into sales for the first time can relate to say, if I go to lunch with a customer, unobvanza hande kulunch necustomer, iwewe ndowakuto-order zvakawanda. And uri kutaura quotation ye chikafu chakazara mukanwa. So that's what he was saying, kuti if you go for lunch, you're not at lunch. Focus. Ukaenda kana lunch, customer yako usaitaridze kuroad. Like izvozvo handitiri munomu. Customer haitaridzwe yakatariswa kuroad because anoramba acheuka. Anotaridzwa mawoza. It's strategy. Focus. Handiti. I think he talks about no underestimate when nevanhu sales. I think he even talks about a rainmaker munhu anonza mvura pacompany is an asset. So he's saying how can you be an asset in basic. So I'm saying now to have team yangu yepa front abo manje kana iwe uri ngounzirwa uri rainmaker because rains are just coming on their own. Imvura yekunaya yatiri kurimisa zvese nemvura yekunaya nemvura irrigation. It's irrigation. So that book is so basic, so simple. For the first time reader, it's also small topics. You can relate. I think everything which was being said. Maybe my topic I want to get. Your pen. If you put a pen in your pocket, you can root. Munaramba kata but ama pen anu root so angari time yavakanyora na rainmaker. Intini yangu yandogara nayo zvangu inini. Ye gold. It reminds me every day to be committed. In a kagodak kanongontaura every day I have to be committed in what I'm doing. Like today I think this week only I've read 3 books. Imakatadza rainmaker. I think when you're coming, this guy actually listening to a book because my book is a movie. My car is a moving library. I'm learning. So I ndosaka ndakachoose rainmaker. Say rainmaker. It was my first book randakaverenga resales. Did you finish? Kana wakaita Mr. K wakapedza. Ye wine. Wakapedza. Hakuna wakasikuona Mr. K? No pizza. So let us learn this thing. It's not for short term. Learn it for your own skills. You benefit on your own. I think it's also zoti when kana ukaenda ku date. Usanyanye votora chikafu chakawanda. Unomakisa. Imagine of watanga udzipwa una dude. So it's okay, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know if there's any questions, but that's what we need. Let us read. But for now, I've given you this homework. Create your own database if you're as these guys also they are giving you the CRM. So guys, remember one day we cannot take a 7 interview. We now know how to behave for interview. Dressing counts, everything's all it counts, and it. Thank you so much.